Hi everybody and big welcome to cEDH gameplay. This time me, Pontus, is joined by Beer.
Hello everybody, thanks for having me again.
And Kaiser.
Hi, good to see you all.
Well, today I am playing again Blue Farm, going back to what I play the most. Today I'm testing just a minor change here. It's just a regular Underworld Bridge, Brain Freeze, Touch Circle, Demonic Consultation lines. However, I did a change and I added one creature. I don't know if it's coming up there, but it's Brina the Demagogue. I'm actually following the steps of a great friend, Matthew from Lemora's Cards, who played this list with this specific creature in the previous tournament last weekend. Let's follow steps of great people and give it a try. So that's what I'm doing. Everything else pretty much the same. Hoping to get a good win with this one going first.
I'm playing Etrata, Deadly Fugitive, the Assassin Tribal Ice. I still want to have a cool game with her. Cast Commander, start cloning your opponent's decks. We can win with things like Arcane Adaptation or Maskwood Nexus, basically making an enormous army attacking for the victory. Or with Ramas Assassin Lord.
So today I'm trying out a Sauron list that made top 4 in the Boil by Paxton Keskitalo. I'm sorry for pronouncing it. But yeah, it's just a Grixis midrange deck. We have a lot of midrange engines, such as like the Darthis, the Sholdreds, the Talions, while still just doing the classic good stuff Grixis as well.
It is a bit of a response to all the mid-range that I'm seeing around right now. Credit to the list from Zito that I've been having fun playing around. Keeps pressure on life totals, but also has ability to sneak in a win here or there. A couple of lands, no acceleration. I think we can do better, so let's go to our second 7. No lands, make that pretty easy. All right, we're going to 6. We have mana, but not colored mana, so this is gonna be a challenge. I guess we could do Mana Crypt. Is to Talisman, but really no game plan from there. It's gonna be hard to get our Nas off. 6. All right, let's go to 5. All right, I think we can work with this. Been Underworld Breach and Lotus Petal. Take this as my starting 5.
A Vamp Tutor and the One Ring. And the Lotus Petal. That's kinda it. On the other hand, that's kinda all you need, if I'm gonna be honest. So we can Vamp Tutor and Lotus Petal turn 1 for Mana Crypt, and then on turn 2 the One Ring, and that's a good game. We can also just use Lotus Petal to get the commander to play turn 2, and then Vamp Tutor something on turn 3. It's a little bit too many lands, kinda, except that Otawara is an interaction actually on the other hand, so we can have 3 lands and a pseudo interaction piece. We could mulligan for something different, but in the end, this is kind of what we're looking for. Or well, we could have less lands, that would be good. And the only thing we're like looking for here right now is less lands. Still though, I think this is fine. Like Vamp Tutor can solve all of our problems for whatever we need. So either we're going for turn 2 commander or turn 2 the One Ring. I kind of want to do the turn 2 commander because I want to do this commander at least once. I always lost my every game when I'm playing this commander. The One Ring is tricky versus Ishai. We'll see, kind of depending on what they're up to. So either turn, we could also actually find Rhystic Study with Vamp Tutor and turn to Rhystic Study. Well, regardless, we are keeping this one. I like tutors, I like the One Ring. Lotus Petal is good for some speed, and sure, a little bit too many lands, but the hand is fine.
So this first 7 would actually be pretty good if we had a black mana source in our starting hand. Since we don't, we have to heavily rely on top decks or just do a turn 2 Twister, and both of those aren't really worth it on a 7. So let's go to second 7. This hand is just straight up worse. We don't have the second land, we still have the Ancient Tomb, we still don't have any colored sources, and we have a Time Twister. That's funny. Let's go to 6. This hand is really interesting. We have a turn 1 fish, but if we do turn 1 fish, unless we draw into something, we only have like pay for fish and pass with one mana up. We do have the Talisman to tap out for a turn 2 fish, which means we would untap a 3 mana turn 3 with the fish still up, which is pretty good. I don't think this will be the fastest pod ever. Like we're all blue-black and we have 2 Grixis plus decks, which means that we can definitely just end turn 2. But I assume that both Tymna Kraum and Ishai Smasher tends to be on the slower side, which means I should be able to have the time to set up this fish. Also, me being last makes the fish way worse in general. Also, that means I kind of want to develop its turn 1, because having it up turn 2 is usually when a lot of spells start getting cast. So I don't think my hand will get much better than this, but it is kind of awkward. I will keep it though, and just bottom a land. Probably Arid Mesa, yeah. But I'm thinking that maybe I should have mulliganed this, and we might like kind of have to develop the turn 1 fish and like hope that it works for us. I'm not in love with this hand, but it is good enough. So let's see if it gets us there. Maybe I should discard the deflecting swap because we're far away from Sauron. Oh well, let's try.
Draw our first card. Look at that. I'm gonna play a Morphic Pool as my first land for turn, and then immediately tap it for a black and cast Imperial Seal. That Imperial Seal is gonna find me this card, and then I'll put it on top of my library. Don't step and pass.
Go to draw. Bloodstream Mire. Crack that. Get an Underground Sea. Play a Jeweled Lotus. 3 white. Cast my Commander Ishai. Then I will pass.
I think this actually just totally changed my plans, so I'm just gonna sacrifice this Jeweled Lotus, casting my Etrata, triggering Ishai twice, putting 2 counters on her. Also, I actually don't think that Ishai is coming my way, so I'm gonna put this Lotus Petal into play and triggering it once more, and then pass the turn.
Go to my turn. I guess we'll respect the threat a bit and just play a Polluted Delta and pass.
Draw for turn. I'm sorry, I think the bird is gonna grow a little bit. I'm gonna cast a Mana Grip. I would like to play this Watery Grave, paying 2 life. Tap out for 4 to cast a Talion, Kindly Lord. Trigger Ishai. I think I will choose 2. Pass the turn.
Untap. Move to combat. Ishai at Bear.
Why? No. No blockers.
Verdant Catacombs. A Lotus Petal. I will pass my turn.
So the plan was to put the 1 ring into play. However, there's a big bird in play. Don't want to inquire that bird's fury, because the 1 ring can make something attack at you quite a lot. Also, we drew into Opposition Agent. There's a bunch of fetch lands in here. I don't know if I want to steal those, but I have a feeling there might be tutoring for soon, and we could Oppo Agent steal that, I guess. So I think I rather just lean back, don't look like a threat, and basically don't tap out. If nothing happens, I can vamp tutor in someone's end step and find something like a Heuristic Study kinda, or something to deal with that big birdie. Otherwise, we just use Oppo Agent to steal something if they start tutoring. Also, I'm kinda curious of what we're gonna get from our commander. So here we go. I am attacking at Big Ishai, the big bird.
Okay, no blacks.
So, when you're playing online like this over Discord, it's very impossible to secretly know, or because my opponent aren't supposed to know what is being stolen from them, because this is exiled face down, so only I get to have that knowledge. But once again, if you're playing over internet like this, it's gonna be impossible for Kaiser to tell me what it is without Kaiser knowing what it is. So Kaiser and I are gonna know what's being stolen face down, while Pontus and Bear won't. So apparently we are stealing a Windfall. Don't know if we're gonna... If I could tutor for like an anti-wheel, then we can use that. But yeah, that's cool. So that yellow card over there, that's my face down creature that I've stolen. Island, and I pass the turn.
In your end step, I will try to fetch, finding a Underground Sea, and then into 2 players with untapped Oppo Agent mana, I'm casting a Vamp Tutor.
Well, I do have an Oppo Agent, and I am casting it, sacrificing the Lotus Petal, being patient on your land there. However, Talion would trigger and Bear gets to draw a card.
Lose a life. Get up Badlands.
Oppo Agent resolves. I'm taking Pontus Red Elemental Blast. There's a very big, angry blue bird that needs to be turned into a chicken.
Then I will go to my turn. That's actually pretty funny. Play Ancient 2 as land for turn. Tap it, lose 2 life to cast a Talisman of Creativity, triggering Talion and triggering the Ishai. Then I will tap my Underground Sea to cast a Mystic Remark, triggering Ishai. And with Vision Play, I will pass my turn.
Untap and draw. Mana Crypt, sorry about that. I think it's number 1. Tails hurt me. I'm gonna Tails. Okay, I'll take 3 damage. Play this Misty Rainforest. immediately not sack it. There's an opposition in play, and I'll move to my end step and pass.
Draw.
Before you start swinging at me, the red elemental blast is just a precaution, so to say. We don't need to use it at the big birdie. Unless the big birdie starts to swing my way. I don't play Adnos, by the way. I have some expensive spells. You choose whatever you want to do. I'm okay with you attacking. I'm just telling you not to, I guess, in some other threatening way.
I have to get that Talion under control. But Pontus is still at enough life for Adnon. He's getting closer to Adnon's mana. Move to combat. Send Ishai and Bear.
I didn't convince you, no! I need my Talion. How big is Ishai at the moment?
10-10.
Wow, that's a really big bird. I think I'm gonna have to block with Talion and sacrifice it for the good of the game. Blocking with Talion.
Post-combat, cast Talisman of Dominance.
I will untap and draw a card. Land for turn is gonna be this swamp. Combat, Etrata is going at Pontus. Oppo Agent is going at Pontus, and this 2-2 is going at its owner, Ishai, Kaiser.
No blocks, take 2.
No blocks, take 2.
I can see that, so I'm getting a cool card that goes to exile. There's my other morph creature. And then I'm passing the turn.
Go to my turn, pay for the fish, and then I will draw for turn. Land for turn will be this Otavara. I'll take 2 damage to cast a Felwar Stone, triggering Ishai. And with Felwar Stone in play, I will pass the turn.
First, I'm gonna roll for crypt. Heads, I'm safe. This is getting very scary with Ishai. I'm not getting the colors I need. Cast a Talisman of Dominance. I will not pay for my taxes. No more actions, I'm afraid, and I'm just hoping Ishai finds a better target than me.
Upkeep, no triggers. Raw. Send Ishai at Pontus.
No blocks, take 12.
I will pass my turn.
In your end step, I'm going to cast a Vamp Tutor. Actually, okay, so I misplayed. Once the attacker was announced at Pontus, I should have casted this in response. But it's let's just call it autopilot, always casting at the end step, so yeah. But it's a good information for you guys into this specific strange situation that I should have cast it in response to no blockers declared on Pontus' side. I can't pay for Mystic Remora.
I'll draw, and then I will tap 3 mana for Oppo Agents. How does it feel?
Yeah, that happens, I guess. I have no response to that.
Is this
How
going to be
does
the
it
double
feel?
Oppo game?
It feels horrible. Feeling seems mutual right now, I guess. Hope you're happy.
So with my Oppo, I will be searching up a Deadly Relic. My plan here is kind of just to love my commander, because I do have the Fears and the slots. Was originally planning to get the Mana Crypt to pay for fish and develop my commander, but the problem is that Ishai just kills me here if I do that, so I kind of need to find some protection for that, and I think that I'm better off developing commander and sacrificing fish with the Relic than just any other line here, just because my hand is just counters, so there's probably some better card here, but I can't really see the line, so yeah, let's just do this. Playing commander's kind of boggy anyways, right?
Alright, my turn. Draw a card. Combat. Etrata is going at Bear. Oppo Agent is going at... I'm spreading it out, I think. Kaiser. And then my 2 morph creatures are going at Pontus.
No blocks, take 4.
So I'm gonna look away, just looking down, and then drag it up. Can you see it there?
I see it. You can click F and hide it.
Is it gone?
No. Yeah, now it's gone. Now we can just drag it. Now everyone can look.
And then drag it somewhere...
Off screen, basically.
Here, right?
Yeah. And I have a new morph creature with a very powerful card underneath it.
No blocks, take 3.
I'm gonna play a Mana Confluence, and here I'm gonna pass the turn.
Go to my turn. Upkeep, I will not pay for the fish. I'll draw for turn. Land for turn would be a Scalding Tarn. Then I will take 2 damage to cast my commander, Sauron. And with Sauron in play, I will pass my turn.
Roll for crypt. Tails hurt me. Tails, I'll take 3 damage. Oh no. Oh my gosh. I have really nothing to do here. I'll have to move to my end step and pass.
Bear is attempting target just to finish that off, but I'm worried I may need his help against Pontus. So it's a bit of a conundrum on who to attack. The interaction I have is relatively limited. Combat? What do you have to say?
So, I have a proposition for you.
Don't listen to him.
If you swing at Mons I can back you up because I actually think Mons is kind of running away with the game here.
I have two.
Grixis
I
is
have two
pretty
ways
scary.
to remove your bird, and one of them is very hard to stop.
Yeah, I can back you up.
I feel hated.
You are. It's okay.
How big is that?
I'm sorry.
How big is that birdie right now?
15.
Okay,
So depending how much we fight, you might just die.
Pontus, I'm sorry. I've lost to Grixis so many times. I think I got appointed at the Grixis player.
You know that I'm removing it as well.
I can back you up.
You know,
If you're swinging that at Pontus,
you know
I can back
the
you up.
removal.
Maybe we just kill Bear and be happy.
I agree with that one. Kill bear.
I'm
All right.
offering my help, and
I'm going to
it's not
Pontus.
taken.
Let's see how this goes.
You're swinging at me. I thought we could be friends. Before blockers,
Here we go.
I will deadly rollick the Ishai. Triggering Ishai.
I'll show you a dispel.
Pay 2 for a mental misstep on the dispel. Triggering Ishai. Oh, the dispel actually triggers my commander as well, so I get to work.
I just realized, do I actually want Pontus to die? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe I need you around. No. Nah.
Maybe we've been friends for like 4 years.
That's true. Am I gonna ruin the friendship right here and now? I'm gonna cast the red elemental blast that I stole from you with the Op Agent Pontus on the mental misstep.
Ishai.
That will trigger Ishai and my
Orc, yeah.
Sauron.
Yeah.
I will fierce the red blast, triggering Ishai.
I pass here, guys.
I'll pass.
Show you a deflecting swat. Routing the fierce to the deflecting swat.
Show you a deflecting swat. Okay, so my deflecting swat will redirect your deflecting swats to my deflecting swats, making it whistle. The fierce will counter the red blast, the mental misstep will counter the dispel, and the deadly relic will exile the Ishai. I just want to point out that if we point this at Mons, we would have killed him.
In the end step, I'm gonna cast this Fairy Mastermind, and then I will draw a card. We're gonna go to combat. We're gonna swing the Etrata at Pontus. No, at Bear. And then all my morph creatures and my bird creature at Pontus, because I am also scared of Grixis. And an Oppo agent can also go at Grixis.
I will trade Oppos and block 2/2/2s with my commander and the work army.
We have 1, 2, 3. Which one of these do you not block, Pontus? So you don't block this one. So you're blocking a Chromox, and you're blocking a Wooded Foothills. Those goes to the graveyard of their owners up there somewhere.
Get my pointer up. Okay, here it goes. Up. Can you see it?
Yes, you can remove it. I see the card. Then I'm putting a Cabal Coffers into play and passing the turn.
In your end step, I will fetch, finding a Blood Crypt, and then go to my turn. My turn isn't that exciting with the cards in hand, so let's just move immediately to combat. I will swing a 3/3 Orc Army at Kaiser.
Fair, no blocks.
Orc Army will connect. That will make the ring tempt me, which is this card. And I will have my Sauron be the ring bearer. And that will also trigger Sauron, that when I get tempted, I may discard my hand and draw 4 cards.
And I will draw 1 because of my Fairy Mastermind.
That's an amazing hand. Cough, cough. I'll play a Badlands as land for turn. I'll tap 2 mana to cast a Grim Monolith and pass the turn.
On your end step, Pontus, since opposition agent has been dealt with, thank you for that, I will go ahead and pay 1 life and sacrifice my Misty Rainforest to go search for a land. Finding a volcanic island with that. Flip for Mana Crypt. Tails hurt me. Heads, I'm safe. Draw for turn. 1/2 and 1 colorless to cast a Kraum.
We can kill Pontus, you and I, together in a shared community way with your Kraum and my Fairy Mastermind, my friend. I mean, how can we say no to that, right?
I see what you're saying. Honestly, I feel a little bit scared because I'll be left unprotected.
I promise not. How
However,
about I promise not to attack you in that case. I will only.
Big Bird is gone.
Yeah. If you attack with your Kraum at Pontus, I promise to not attack you with anything I have this round.
Take you up on that deal. Swing at Pontus for 4 in the air.
Before blockers, I will pay 2 mana to cast a Dress Down.
That is a beautiful enchantment. Do have a response to that. Cast a Swan Song, which counters enchantments, incidentally.
I understand that you want to kill me. I would heavily recommend against using interaction to kill me with these 2 players after you. That's a losing proposition in my mind.
I understand you. But yeah, I don't think
Also,
I
you
really
still
can
don't
afford
kill
to
me, by
lose
the
my...
way, because I will just block with the Swan.
That is correct. I either lose the interaction or I lose my Kraum. And if I lose my Kraum, I'm pretty much in the same play.
Kraum dies
if
Dresden resolves a block with Sauron.
I think I'd rather keep my Kraum alive.
Okay, so Dresden will be countered by the Swan Song. I will gain a Swan, and that Swan will block Kraum. And during this time, I also gain the counter on my Orc Army.
Correct. That's it for attackers. I'll move to second main, play a Plateau as my land for turn, and nothing else. I'll move to my Step Pass.
For the end of your turn, and now that Oppo is gone, I will vampire and tap, upkeep, draw, sack this for blue, and attempt to cast One Ring. Tap it, add a burning counter, and draw a card. Play a Morphic Pool, and then I will pass my turn.
I'm gonna go to my turn, untap and draw a card. Let's play this Polluted Delta. Sacrifice that. Finding a basic swamp. I'm going to attack Pontus with Fairy Mastermind and my Etrata the Fugitive, and I'm keeping back these two morph creatures. As I promised to not attack at beer, and someone has the One Ring. Ah, what the hell? Actually, never mind. Everything at Pontus! I love this game.
So, since I prefer to not die, in most cases, I will block a 2/2 and take 5.
Which one? This is 1 and this is 2.
Number 2.
You're flipping a Windfall!
And I will flip a card, which will be this one.
Yeah, you can hide that one. Second main phase, I'm going to cast the One Ring. I'm gonna activate the One Ring, draw a card. Let's cast that one too. Here's an assassin. Everyone can see that this is an assassin. The best assassin in the entire game. It's also a goblin, for those who don't know. This is going to trigger Kraum as I cast my second spell. And actually, when we're at it, we can just cast this Mox Amber as well. But from here, we actually also just cast this Mana Crypt while we're at it. So, Mana Crypt, Mox Amber, and then I pass turn.
Let's go to my turn. We'll start off by casting a Mox Opal. I will then move straight into combat. Since I am dead in several ways, I can just deal as much damage as possible. So I will swing 16 damage at Bear.
I knew it. Well, I'm the only target available, so yeah, I'll take 16.
This will trigger the Orc Army, tempting me with the ring. So now the next time Sauron attacks, I will draw a card. It will also trigger Sauron, and I will be able to discard my hand and draw 4 cards.
And I will draw 1 because of Fairy Mastermind.
This game is great, don't you think? Land for turn will be a Ursa Saga, and then I will pass.
Flip for Mana Crypt. That's gonna be Tails Hurt Me. That is Tails, I'll take 3. How many counter spells did you draw?
So, before you kill me, let me just reveal my hand to the table. I have this City of Press, this Force of Will, and this Mindbreaker.
poor opponent, yeah.
That's my hand.
Let's kill him! And I was kidding. He has a point, I don't know. Or think of it this way, you need to kill him so he don't use his Force of Will on you, right?
That is very true. I'd like to use black and a colorless floating 1 to cast a Wishclaw Talisman. I have 1 colorless floating, which I will use to activate Wishclaw Talisman. Move to and close and shuffle. Use Talisman for colorless to cast a Mana Vault. Have to swing at you, Pontus, for 4.
No blocks, I die.
I'd like to cast a Rite of Flame. 2 mana to cast a Dockside Distortionist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd like to tap Mana Vault and 1 token, cast an Intuition. Since I'm not even able to cast Intuition because of my opponents having protection, I'm gonna have to take another action. I think it's going to be good for me to have a blocker, so I'm gonna use treasure token for a white and Volcanic Island for 1 more, so I can cast my Tymna the Weaver.
Upkeep, lose a life to the One Ring. Draw. Knowing what's coming, I'm not quite sure the best way to protect ourselves against this. A black and attempt to cast an Imperial Seal. It's this card. Skill issues, as Pontus would say. And then I'm going to shuffle my library and then put this on top of my library. Tap my One Ring, adding a counter, and drawing 2 cards. There was a card that was accidentally drawn that I'm going to put back in my library and then shuffle my library again.
I will also draw because of Fairy Mastermind here.
Shock in my Godless Shrine. I will pass.
My turn, I will untap and draw a card, lose a life to the One Ring, and heads. I take 3 damage from the Mana Crypt as well. Land drop is a swamp. Attackers, Fair Mastermind is going at bear. This is going to be lethal at bear. And everything else, all that I have, which is a morph creature, a 1/4 and a 1/1 unblockable assassin, are going at Kaiser.
Okay, we'll see if I survive this. I'm going to crack 3 of my treasures to cast an intuition, now with legal targets in it. And for my target, I'm gonna choose Kaiser. So with my intuition, I will be finding some sort of protection for myself. I will be finding a Cyclonic Rift, Path to Exile, and Orcish Bowmasters.
Yeah, Path Exile.
That comes to my hand.
I will flash in an Orcish Bowmaster.
In response to your Orcish Bowmaster trying to kill my creature here, I'm going to cast Born Upon a Wind, trying to draw a card and cast spells in instant speed here.
So in response to the Born Upon a Wind, I will go ahead and use my treasure to cast the Path to Exile, targeting your fairy.
In response to that, I will tap the One Ring and draw 2 cards. But I have no further response to that, so my creature is Pawfed, and I will find a swamp. Then Born Upon a Wind resolves, and I will draw another card. Now I can cast things in instant speed, and I will activate my Cabal Coffers to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black mana. I will use 2 of that to cast a Demonic Tutor. This is going to trigger the Kraum, so you can draw a card. And I'm gonna find this cool card. And then I'm gonna let the Orcish Bowmaster resolve.
Great. Now, Orcish Bowmaster targeting the Changeling Outcast.
Changeling Outcast is dead. Still in combat, kinda, before things continue, I'm gonna cast my Orcish Bowmaster that I found with my Demonic Tutor, and I'm gonna kill your Orcish Bowmaster with my Orcish Bowmaster.
Alright, let's block the 1/4.
Here I'm passing the turn.
On tap, upkeep. Mana Crypt trigger goes on the stack. With that Mana Crypt trigger on the stack, I don't even know what I would look for, but yeah, let's activate Wishclaw. Close and shuffle. Mana Crypt trigger. Tails hurt me. I'm not even gonna look. You tell me. Hits! Hits! I'm alive! I'm alive! So yeah, as you may have guessed, I used Wishclaw to search for my Underworld Bridge. I'm gonna pay for that with this Plateau and tapping. I'm gonna tap Crypt for the second mana. I have 1 colorless floating. Okay, the first step is to tap Mana Vault for 3. So I'm gonna have a total of 4 colorless mana. I'm gonna use a Morphic Pool for a blue and 2 of the colorless to cast Intuition. Exiling 2 of my lands and an Imperial Seal.
So these are the 3 you're finding, right?
Yes.
How much mana do you have currently over there? You have 2 lands, right?
I have 2 lands and 2 colorless floating.
I'm gonna give you the Lions of Diamond to your hand, and the other goes to your graveyard.
I'll move to cast LED. Sack LED for 3 blue.
In response to
And
you
I need to discard.
sacrifice... no, not in before you're discarding anything. I'm gonna channel Otawara and return Underworld Breach back to your hand, and then you can discard your hand. And this is where I realized that Lions of Diamond is a mana ability. So it doesn't work. If I cast Otawara in response to him casting Lion's Eye Diamond, Underworld Breach will go back to his hand, and before he cracks his Lion's Eye Diamond, he recasts Underworld Breach. If I bounce at Otawara in response, I don't have priority when he sacrifices Lion's Eye Diamond here. There's no way Otawara can actually interact at this point, so I have nothing. I have F6, I can't interact and stop you.
Well, with that, that's the Oracle and the Mod consultation from my graveyard. I win.
This was a very long game. Hope you enjoyed it. Lots of politicsing, lots of me making people attack Pontus. That worked out. I was hoping that the Mana Crypt, but the Mana Crypt was on Bear's side this game. The Mana Crypt definitely wanted to win. Hope you enjoyed the match, and congratulations Bear for winning the entire thing. See you again. Take care, guys.